You state your name really quickly for the camera.
MEDI.MED.
Cool.
That's MEDIIMED.
Nice, nice. I like that. I like that. Where's the inspiration for that name?
Honestly, it was just given to me. It might have came. It comes from my first name, for sure.
Do you want to disclose that or no?
My first name is Ahmed.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, but not a lot of people can get the pronunciation correct, or even, yeah, just let's leave it at pronunciation. Not a lot of people can get the pronunciation correct, so yeah. I guess growing up, people just came up with different nicknames for me, but Medi's the one that stuck.
No, nice. No, Angel and I love Medi. We even like the spelling is pretty creative too.
The double I.
No, yeah. I mean, your whole room, mind you, is super creative. You have a bunch of stuff out here. Would you consider yourself a well-rounded musician?
No. I wouldn't consider myself a well-rounded musician just yet.
Okay.
Because I'm a student. I'm still learning.
Because you're... Right.
Fire.
Right. Would you say you're a rectangular musician or no?
I think more of like... So you know how a hexagon, how it creates the circle?
Yeah.
But just imagine just like an infinite line of those. Like if it was like a line and then it connect to another one and then it connect to another one. I feel like all those lines are just lessons that I've learned. So if I'm constantly learning, then I don't feel like I'll be well-rounded just yet until I've learned everything.
Right. Moving on. Okay.
So looking back, what's been the hardest part about being Medi?
Looking back at what's being the hardest part about being Medi. I don't know. I guess just trying to be me in a world full of fake, and it's so easily to get adopted into trends and shit like that. So I guess that's what it's just being who you are, staying true to yourself. That's the hardest part about being Medi.
Interesting.
I know for your journey as an artist, your most recent milestone has been dropping the video for Turn Me Up. How are you feeling about the initial response so far?
Feeling good. I feel like everybody's trying to tell me like, oh yeah, congratulations, but I'm like, that was the easy part. Like now it's the hard part. Now it's the annoying part. The part that feels like very tedious and we'll just leave it at tedious. It feels like probably some might say like selling out, but I feel like it's a part of being a musician. It's putting yourself out there, and this is the hard part now. Is just promoting, marketing, doing all of that. That's where the real work is.
Do you feel like it's even harder now because everything is so saturated when it comes to, marketing and trying to put yourself out there, when like you also see 20 other reels of people trying to do the same?
No, because there's no such thing. Everything's forever going to be saturated. It doesn't matter. But my whole idea behind that is, my whole perspective behind that is like the people that are in my, like radius, if they get to know me and whatever I do, then that's not a saturated market in itself, because it's coming from me. My market isn't saturated. I haven't done it yet. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like that's a bad.
Hold for child. There's a child in the building.
Neighbors.
Hello.
It's the neighbors.
Oh my God. Speaking of family, right? There's obviously a lot of families who live in here. You're Sudanese.
Correct.
Right. So for me, you're the first person I've ever met who has origin, who's Sudanese, right? I haven't been, around the block yet, but I'm branching out there, and it's super interesting every time you speak to, yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always super fascinating to me whenever you tell me stories about your family in Egypt, and Angel and I always want to learn about, your roots and what makes your sound so unique. I think is having that origin, and I guess we want to ask, how would you say that your, family and culture has really affected how you, create music?
Wow. I feel like it was like more of like a destined type of thing, especially growing up, watching my father like kind of like have these like spurts of musician work where he'd pull out the oud, the Sudanese guitar, if you'd say. He'd pull out the oud and he'd start playing the oud guitar, or he'd pull out the organ, start playing the organ. So I kind of felt like it was destined for me to be in music regardless. How they formed how I create music, that's kind of funny. Growing up, I never felt like I was too. I never felt like I fitted in any of the crowds, whether it be Sudanese or American. Like I was too Sudanese for the Americans or too American for the Sudanese, so I never really knew exactly where I was. And I guess like that's one of the things that you can see in my music as well, is that Medi doesn't have a flow, but he has, once you hear the track, you obviously know it's me. I won't have like a single flow, but I have multiple different like melodies, cadences. All of those put together are what make Medi.
Do you ever showcase, when it comes to sampling, something from that would have been made, like in like deep in your culture, like in whatever you're working on, do you ever want to kind of dive into bringing it out in your sound?
And how would you do that?
Can you rephrase the question?
Yeah, well,
So like with like how you said you grew up, you realized music was heavy in your family as well.
Mm-hmm.
I assume like you grew up also being exposed to music from your culture.
Mm-hmm.
Have you incorporated or like thought about incorporating like maybe like a melody from a song that you heard, or even just like in because you speak
Arabic.
So like would you ever want to like bring that out in your songs, or like a verse, or even like just a melody?
I have actually,
Really?
but yes, I do want to do that more as well. That's the end goal for me, is to be able to blend both of those cultures, not only for myself but for everyone else, to be able to showcase that for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've done that before in a song that I've created called Watani.
Okay.
I dropped that. It talked about like the war and everything that was going on in Sudan.
Yeah.
From my perspective, just saying that, just explaining like how it's sad that I won't be able to go back to my homeland and walk the same grounds my father did and his father did.
Mm-hmm.
And in that song I have like kind of like a Sudanese anthem,
Okay.
if you'd say. That's the part of it's like the Sudanese national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Talks about the homeland.
Okay.
And that's the song that I put those lyrics, that little chant in my song.
Was your family, did they hear it, and like what was their reaction?
Yeah, they were very shocked.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
they loved it. They started immediately singing along, which is
Wow,
literally
okay.
what I was like kind of like hoping for, that they feel so attached to it. Now they can, you know, kind of sing as well, sing to the songs, sing to my songs as well, because my parents don't really speak that well English that well. So for them to hearing my music, they understand some words, but you know what I'm saying, not all the words.
So obviously you strike me as an artist who's not only focused on making music, but you're very passionate about where you come from and are really, really good at bringing that to the entertainment space, the music space. I mean, even the pendant that you're wearing right now, in Arabic, you wore that in your very first music video, which to me was super inspiring because, I mean, I talk to Angel all the time about it, but every time I imagine myself in the red carpet or whatever, like, I always want to have like a little piece of home to remind myself of who I'm really doing this for. So I guess my next question is, what is your goal as an artist, but also, I guess, like, what do you really want to do with your music? Obviously, I know you as a person, I know how brilliant your mind is, and I know that, you know, making good music is great, but I know there's something more to it. So, I guess, why do you do what you do?
That's so funny that you asked me this question, because I was prepared for this question days before we even had the conversation about even having an interview. I literally have a voice note on my phone answering that question, and that, to get to the question, to get to the answer. So what do I want out of music? I want my music to bring like meaningfulness to people. So whether that be through the lyrics or through the opportunities that I can provide from my music, that's the end goal. I want there to be some type of meaningfulness that comes out of my music that I am not only able to have for myself, but able to share with others.
Okay. So you mentioned having meaning. What do you want people to feel, I guess, is where I'm getting at. I think I've had so many beautiful conversations with you about really paving a way for people who maybe didn't think that they would ever be in the spaces that you're starting to enter, and you're hitting a point of your life where now you had your first full production professionally made music video, and by the grace of the universe, Angel and I were there to see it, and that's something that I will always remember for the rest of my life, because I see where you're going, and I want you to know that we're so proud of you. But I want to know how you want people to feel when they see you winning.
Can I hit Nick?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut real quick, but yeah. Or maybe I'll keep it, I don't know.
The question.
What do you want people to feel when they see you finally winning in life?
Oh, good.
Yeah?
I want them to feel like not only like good, but achievable as well. Like, oh shit, this is something that I can attain myself. There's multiple examples of people who were in poverty and who ended up successful. But from my end, it's very little, if not many. And if there is, it's crazy. The community just doesn't, publicize it as much. But that's what I want them to feel. I want them to feel good.
If you're looking, like, pretend you're in the Grammys, you're there, and you're having your moment, your photo op, who's someone that you really want, who's someone you're looking for in the crowd?
What does that mean?
Like, who is someone that you think about whenever you are taking steps to build and expand in your career? I, for example, have several people in my life that I imagine or envision being very proud of me and being one of those people who just want to see me shine and I want to make proud. So I guess who's someone in the crowd that you're searching for?
Easy, my siblings. Off
Nice.
rip.
Why?
My siblings, because even though, because they were the ones who supported me throughout everything, no matter what. They've always wanted me to chase my dream. They believed in my music career before I even believed in it, you know, so I for sure have to, that's a must, regardless, you know, yeah.
Nice. Alright. Hold for next question.
Okay, I'm gonna take a vape hit if you're gonna cut.
You know, it's funny. Some of these got answered in the answer. So I'm like, shit.
How about Thera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, So,
Do you fuck with Thera?
we'll end with
say that again.
We'll save it for the end. For now, though, you do have a performance. You have a set at THERA TAKEOVER Part 2. How are you feeling about both attending the event, but also being one of the, main stars of the event?
I feel honored in the first place. But don't ask me if I'm excited. Don't ask me if I'm geek. Bro, let's get to this fucking bag. Excuse me. Let's get to this bag. Let's get to work. That's what I'm excited for. I'm never really excited for anything.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. Like, whenever it comes to something that I'm about to do, whether it be a show, whether it be a studio session, whatever the case may be, I'm just myself.
Nice.
And then once I get into the moment,
Yeah.
maybe I feel a little something, just a little bit. Don't tell nobody.
You live in the moment.
Live in the moment.
Should we expect any surprises or anything when it comes to your set?
I mean, if I tell you should expect a surprise, is that really a surprise?
Facts.
Just have to be there. Don't be square. Or be there and be square. But we'll just keep you guys in this separate square. With all the other squares.
Oh my god. You've been here at the start of us developing THERA. Like, you've literally been at the very fetus of it. In fact, like, Angel and I always talk about how you were supposed to be the third.
Yeah.
There's still talk about it. Medi is an extremely talented individual.
Okay.
He's amazing, and he's been there at the start, and I guess, your first music video was at our first THERA TAKEOVER event.
Facts.
How do you feel about that? Do you ever think about, like, where we're at now?
Yes, I do. Honestly. It's actually crazy. Seeing and actually being a part of something, nothing like this has hit me as hard as, no achievement of mine has hit me as hard as the music video. What I mean by that is a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings were brought up after that music video. Like, I felt so overwhelmed with feelings and everything, and it just allowed me to, like, put so many things in perspective. And a lot of that is thanks to YouTube, for real. Like, if you guys weren't as passionate, as motivated as you guys are, I swear to God, nothing would have happened, because I don't think we would be here today if I didn't feel like we were the vision. You guys were seeing a vision, and not a lot of people can see a vision that you can, like, you bring up to them. You know what I mean? I can show you a painting, but if you know you won't really understand the meaning behind the painting unless you were there. And I guess that's how I feel with THERA,
Well, as your friends, I feel like I disagree. I feel like you would be successful regardless.
listen.
I feel like you are too talented to. I think honored that you even had. You always have the kindest things to say, and I think that our friendship is very beautiful. And I think every time you give us kindness, I just want to attack you with more kindness. So I just want you to know that we genuinely believe that you would be successful no matter what, and I'm proud and excited to see where your career takes you.
I appreciate that. Now, with that in mind, I gotta balance it out and call you like Booger. That's yin yang.
Is that a size joke? Is that a freaking size joke, bro?
No.
That's a size joke.
You wanna know something funny?
He's picking on me, literally, huh?
This is
He's
crazy.
picking on me.
Growing up, that was like my neighborhood nickname.
Booger.
Booger?
Aww.
That was so crazy. Growing up, like, to this day, like, if I talk to, like, some of my friends, my close old friends, my sandbox buddies, they'll call me Booger. They'll drop it. Booger. They won't let me forget. For sure.
I mean...
What?
They're just picking on you.
Yeah, 1,000%.
They're just picking on you.
I agree. It's hard to be a Medi out here.
So hard.
So hard.
You were speaking on the music video though, and how, you know, there was a lot of emotions brought up after it. Well, what was your reaction after the video? Like once you saw the final product, I don't even know if you saw it when it came out or like you saw the whole thing before it came out. But like, what was your initial reaction seeing the whole thing?
My initial reaction seeing the whole thing, I was super shocked on how it came out. I was so happy that the vision that I had, the vision that the director had, the vision that the production team had, all of our visions came together in sync. That's what exactly. It just felt like everything was happening in like unison, and I loved it. It was just so in sync. So that made me really happy. Being able, but above most was being able to see a lot of my friends be a part of the music video and chasing their dreams at the same time as I was chasing my dreams. That just felt so cool, like so amazing. And I kind of, like, it was just like the vertical integration that happened throughout the music video was just literally like, that's something that I want to do. So it was like, this is me doing it on a smaller scale, and it just cleared up the vision. It just cleared up the vision, like, that I had for my music, you know, my music career. Actually, just the career that I have throughout music, because I don't want to just be an artist. I want to be a model. I want to do acting. I want to be a venture capitalist. I want my hands in so many things. So I can't just say music. But yeah.
Nice. And then what's like your last final words to the people who are going to be watching this years from now, days from now, hours from now, because I'm going to be editing immediately.
After your first Grammy.
Like something that you want people who don't know you yet, what do you want them to know? What you want them to know? Let them know. Let them know something.
Put me in a box. I'm gonna break out that motherfucker. And I'm gonna ask one question. Do you fuck with THERA?
You're
gonna break your little box.
Oh!
That was hard.
Give us a little snap.
Hold on.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Seriously.
One more hit of the Nick.
Oh, hit Nick.
Let's do it.
Had to hit Nick.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.